Today we're making this unbelievably crusty, cheesy, garlicky, huge, and delicious. It's all right. Today we're making a broccoli stromboli. So good, and it's so easy. Look at it. Look at it. Yum. For a full copy of today's recipe, check us out on Facebook at Poppy's Cucina, or wait till the end of the video. You'll find it right there. So what are we waiting for? Let's do this. Oh yeah. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up 1.5 cups of water that we dissolved 1 tablespoon of sugar inside, and we're going to heat up the water between 110 and 120 degrees, so that's perfect. To this we're going to add 1 packet or 2¼ teaspoons of active dry yeast. We're going to give this a nice little stir, and then we're going to allow the yeast to bloom for about like 5-10 minutes. You'll see it's going to have a nice 1-inch head on it. Alright, so we're going to let that sit. And while we're waiting for our yeast to bloom, in your stand mixer with the hook attachment, you're going to add 4 cups of bread flour, or you can use all-purpose if you'd like. And to that we added 2 teaspoons of salt. So I'm just going to run this for a minute just to get the salt fully incorporated with the flour. And once your yeast is bloomed, you're going to add it to your flour mixture along with 1/4 cup of a good olive oil. Like you want to use a nice extra virgin because you're really going to taste it. All right, so now we're going to let this run until you have a nice dough ball. If it's too sticky, you want to add a little bit more flour. If it's too wet, if it's too dry, just add a little bit more water. But just add a little bit at a time. Just like that. And now we're going to knead it on the counter a few times just till it becomes nice and smooth. Like about a minute. Just like that. So into a large bowl it's going to go. We're going to coat it lightly with some olive oil. A little spritz. Just so it doesn't make a crust. Alright, so now we're going to cover this tightly and then put it in a warm spot until it doubles in size. So about an hour or 2, depending on how warm the spot is. Alright, so we'll see this in a little while. And now we're ready to prep our broccoli. So in this large saute pan, I heated up 1/4 cup of olive oil. Same one that I used for the bread dough. And I added 6 cloves of garlic, and I've just been sauteing this lightly just till it's nice and fragrant. We're just about there because I smell that garlic. Yum! So now we're going to add our broccoli. So here I have 1.5 pounds of frozen broccoli that I thawed and I chopped up. You can use fresh broccoli too if you don't want to use the frozen, but you just want to make sure that you blanch it or steam it first. All right, now we're just going to add this to our saute pan. All right, and now we're just going to lightly saute this just until it's pretty much heated through. The garlic flavor is really in there. And yeah, just for a little bit. And we're going to season it with some salt and some pepper. And you know, if you want to add a little bit more garlic, go for it. You can never have enough garlic in my mind. All right, so we're going to saute this for about 3-4 minutes, just till everything is nice and coated. Just like that. Give it a taste. Make sure your seasoning is how you would like it to be. Perfect. Where's the cavatelli? Am I right? Alright, so now we're going to pull this off the heat and allow this to cool. For, you don't want it hot when you put it into the dough, so you want this nice, at least at room temperature. It doesn't need to be cold. So we're going to set this aside, let it cool. Let's check on that dough. Alright, so our dough has doubled in size. Look at it, it's huge. Alright, so now we're going to place it onto a lightly floured surface. Come on. And then we are going to roll it out to a large rectangle. You want to do it by like 18 by 12. That should be a perfect size. So you can do it by your hand, or you can do it with a rolling pin. I'm going to do a rolling pin. Just like that. And now we're going to spread our broccoli, now cooled broccoli mixture, right around the middle. All right, you want to make sure you leave like a good 1-inch border all around. So now we're going to spread this out, just like that. And now we're going to top this with about 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. It's going to make so cheesy and delicious with all that garlic. Oh, so good. So good. Get the rest of this on there. All right, now we're ready to roll it up. So we are going to start from the bottom here. And you're just going to fold up like that. And then just continue to roll. I want to try to make this as tight as possible. Okay, just like that. And then like that. Easy, right? So we're going to close up the ends. Let's put this a little closer so you can see. We're going to close up this end like that. So now we're going to place this seam side down on a baking sheet that's been lined with some parchment paper. And then we're going to cover it up and we're going to let this sit for another hour to let it rise again. All right. During that time, though, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375. All right. So we're going to see this in an hour. Fun. So this has been sitting for another hour. Look how big and poofy it got. Isn't that pretty? Oven's preheated for 375. So now we're just going to make a couple little air vents like that. And now it's ready for the oven. So into a preheated 375 degree oven, it's going to go for about 30 minutes. Maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. But you want to wait till this is nice, beautifully golden brown. And it's good to go. Oh, I can't wait. Into the oven it's going to go. Yum. Exactly 30 minutes later, we pull it out of the oven. Well, look at this thing. It's huge. It's a monster. But it smells so good. But we got to let it cool for a little bit before we slice it up and give it a try. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Buon appetito. Mmm. Feel that crunch? Mm. The dough came out perfect. See those bubbles? That's nice. You want that. Crusty on the outside. Then get the mozzarella and that beautifully garlicky broccoli. Ah, heaven! Heaven! You need Stride's recipe. If you do, let us know. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks!
Oh, how crunchy! We're not ready for that drink. What about you? Oh, yeah. Alrighty, so for today's creamy and dreamy espresso martini, we're going to start with 2 ounces of cooled espresso. We're going to make sure it's cooled. Right. And now to this, we're going to add 1 ounce of Irish cream liqueur. Oh, I'm almost out. Perfect. Phew. 1 ounce of Frangelico. 1 ounce of vanilla vodka. Oh, I'm killing everything today. Then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of amaretto. So we're going to give this good shaky as we pour. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so creamy. Yes. Let's give it a try. Yum. Salute. Oh. It is so nutty, creamy, rich. It tastes like a Frappuccino, like a really nutty one. Oh, this is so good. I just want to eat it. So if you try this drink, let us know. If you tried that amazing broccoli stromboli, let us know that too. It's phenomenal. So good. Keep those suggestions coming. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Love you guys. Cheers.